Hog's Back?
Hog's Back, that's the run I do every night.
Are you grooming them, pushing snow up? Is that what you're doing?
What we try doing in the groomer when we're coming down the hill, we try not putting our blade down and taking too much snow down the hill with us. The whole idea is the skiers and snowboarders just naturally push it down the hill. So every time we go up the hill, we always just try taking snow up with us.
And don't you find it difficult to see, because there's no lighting at the north side versus the central and south?
At times it is, if there's lots of snowmaking, or if there's a lot of flurries in the air. But for the most of it, the machine, it lights up pretty good.
And you have front lights, right? And you have a high beam too?
Yep.
And how long does it take you from the bottom to the top of Hog's Back? Usually about 5 minutes?
It all depends. I would say you're probably looking at 5 minutes, right from the bottom to the top. We try going not too fast to be able to let the machine do the work that it needs to do.
So I see on your monitor it says 0.643. So what's it trying to say?
That's the snow depth.
Okay, and this is like what Jeff mentioned.
Yep.
On the groomer, there's a GPS, so you're mapping it right now.
Yep.
And then they use this data for the next day, so they see what was done.
Exactly. So just to be able to know the snow depth in a spot that has too much, or some that might need a little bit more.
Okay, so this is live GPS, so therefore, what are you trying to hit? The orange, the green?
Ultimately, if it was between yellow and green.
Okay.
Anything more than green's always good.
More or less all the snow that we're seeing here, all cut up, you're trying to smooth it up, right?
Basically, yes. So where you can see my track marks here, up above us, there was a little bit of snow that they had made last night. So just before I'd picked you up, I just took a little bit of time and spread it around and kind of pushed it where I think we need it. And you'll be able to see when we go back down the hill how smooth it is with the tiller.
Oh, wow. So I just have a question. During the heavy snow, right?
Yep.
So you can determine how much snow you want to push up, right?
Yep.
So I guess, on your control there's like how low you want the shovel to push up, correct? Do you know how much to push up every night, or like how much? Do they tell you like how deep they want it?
No, we just try to get it consistent, and I guess a lot has to do with the run that you're actually on. So one side of the run might take a bit more snow depth than the other side just to make it flat. But I think the big thing that we're looking for is just consistency.
Yeah, I can see some of the grooming you've done. It's pretty smooth. And then here it's rough, right? So
that's right. So this is a snowmaking pile that they pushed out last night, or made last night.
And do you ever use that snow and push it down?
Yeah, what we'll end up doing is we'll end up pushing this snow down to where we just came up right now. Mentioned about little cookies on the run.
Yes, especially memory lane. You know, before you go down, there's a big chunk, like on the near the far left. Well, not really near the far left, like the almost the far left. There's pieces there. I've seen it when I skied, and then there's like, no, I didn't notice it. I hit it.
Oh.
So and then I fell facing the other direction, and then I took that cookie and threw it to the side.
Yes.
And another time I found it was when you go down towards before memory lane. There's a big steep pitch.
First little pitch.
Right there. I found a piece on the far left. Right. So sometimes see it, I just pick it up and throw it out to the side.
Yeah.
So I don't want anyone to hit it. You know, when you're coming down, you're not looking far ahead. Is it coming from your groomer, like the piece of chunk?
You know, it could almost be anything. I know on the back of the groomer, they call it the doghouse right behind you. Snow does get built up on it.
Okay.
So when you're going up something really steep,
yes,
the odd time there is a piece of snow that does fall off it.
Okay. Yeah, it happens. Just like when you drive a car.
Exactly.
You have like ice or whatever, just chunks come off, you know, underneath the car. So it's the same thing.
And it's not all the time, but sometimes the crappy thing about it is, I'll kind of use this for an example. If we're grooming over on this side and we come up on that side, and then maybe the chunk falls off and it rolls over on something that you've already groomed.
Yes.
Sometimes you can do more damage to a hill trying to fix something. And generally, ski patrol, I think, is pretty good about, you know, looking at the hill before they open it.
Yeah. You know, I'm wearing a seatbelt. It feels really scary just sitting here. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Just going down. It is a steep incline, right? So, on the back of your groomer, do you have like you're braking it? Is that what you're doing to slow it down?
Yeah, it's all to do with my track speed. So I wouldn't say it's really brakes on it by any means, but it's just how you control the speed.
Well, it's just like gravity, right?
Yep.
We're like skiing now. I can feel the pull.
And we won't do anything to scare you.
No, I'm okay. I ski the north. I slide on the north. No, I fell memory lane. There was chunks of snow. I fell, but I slid for a minute and I had a severe bruise. And I showed everyone, I was like, look at my bruise. I didn't realize it was that bad until I looked in the mirror at the gym, and then I showed people, like, wow, that's bad. I guess that's my honor badge. Right? It wasn't the fall. It was the sliding, hitting the big chunks of snow that caused it. But it's healed now.
It happens.
Yeah.
I know when I'm done grooming all the hills that I do, I take my spotlight and I go over it just to make sure everything looks good and all the patties.
You guys do a great job, like great grooming. Memory lane is always superb. That's my favorite run.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm learning to love the north. I have to ski the north to, you know, overcome my fear. I remember skiing down Avalanche. Like, I just can't ski straight down. I have to do the side by side.
Yes, and they're pretty steep runs.
Yeah, so I'm hoping with my new technique I learned today, I will be able to ski better. But the more you do, you have less fear. Yep. I remember my first year after my level 1, I was terrified. They took me down Little Devil.
Yep.
So Little Devil to me would be my favorite run on the north side.
Yep.
But Shush, I like Shush. But I didn't like it on January 1st when it was pure ice.
Yes.
Right? No, it was okay because you guys groomed the night before and then it froze over. It was a sheet of ice. And then a week later, it was more ice. Right? So, you know, it's just that it was a warm temperature at that time, so that's why it melted.
And it just kind of probably flash froze throughout the night.
Yeah.
We'll do one more run up top again. How's that sound?
Okay, sure.
It's something that I guess I just take for granted that I've been doing it for so long now.
You know, when you groom, have you ever encountered any animals like running by? Like,
oh, absolutely.
Like a deer, a fox?
We see deer, we see fox.
No bears?
No. No what?
Beer.
No.
B-E-A-R. Not B-E-E-R.
We have one fox up Blue Mountain here that we see so often that we named him Art.
Okay, cool. We also seen a mouse or something, a muskrat. I don't know. One day we were at, I think it was the south, and then one of the guys was skiing in my class, and it just went right underneath his skis.
Yep. Yeah, you see lots of mice or moles. Moles are pretty common too on mild days. And skunks and rabbits.
Oh, really? No, there was a porcupine. No, a raccoon. I remember we were skiing Orchard back, and there was a raccoon. So I stopped, and there was a family, and I just told the other people, just don't move. Let it, you know, go. Don't scare it.
That's right. Let it do its thing.
Yeah, that was my first encounter with a live animal, like on the path. Mm-hmm. Well, at least you don't have like a moose. Like, I think I've seen it in Mammoth videos, and they have like the moose is coming across. Just walk away. Like, don't move. Just let it go. Don't attack it. Don't scare it.
No. Shaky in some spots.
I was gonna say, my camera's So you've been doing this for 11 years, so
17.
17,
yeah.
Really? And do you focus like certain runs, like the north side, central?
I usually just do the north end, and once night skiing's done, and everybody that's over here, we're done the north end. So
36 high.
Usually we go to another run. Sometimes it's memory. Go ahead, Pierce.
If we want to go ahead, do you have a time that works?
Pierce, Grant is back at the shop right now, so he could be ready within the next 15 minutes, 20 minutes if that works.
Copy. Get right back to you.
quite as often as I used to.
Because you're really busy during the winter, right? Grooming?
Yes. I still like getting out with my wife and my daughter snowboarding and skiing.
Good. So how long does it usually take for you to do the whole north? Like 1 hour?
With 4 machines, probably 4 hours with 4 machines.
Okay. And is this the one where
55 to 36 high.
Jeff mentioned like in the evening they have someone else to come back out? Are you back out in the evening when it's closed?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Go ahead, Pierce.
We'll keep you posted. Haven't touched base with patrol supervisor yet.
Well, maybe Hogsback will be your new favorite run in the north
Yeah, I
end now.
will. No, I really see the great work that you do, right? Because usually, you know, you look up and it's like at Whistler when I've been there, but you see what they're doing, right? They're
Yep.
doing everything, but it's a different perspective when you're in the groomer. You
Absolutely,
see
it is.
what you have to deal with, and especially high gust winds. Like, you know, was it last night? Thursday night was. Friday night was very gusty because I was teaching.
Right.
And it just was really cold. So I imagine like the conditions that you have to encounter sometimes. The high winds, the heavy snow. And
It's-
still you guys have to go, right?
Yep, it's different every night. It's one thing I don't get sick of is looking at the view from up here at night.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Wow. This is like Las Vegas. Looking down. Or is it California? No, Las Vegas, I think.
Lots of lights.
Do you usually listen to music when you're grooming?
Yeah, it's not music that I'm listening to, I'm a sports fanatic,
sports?
so
Okay, that's
I like
good.
listening to hockey games.
You can imagine when you hear they score, and they're like, okay. I think I just pressed it too quickly. Yeah, it's a very interesting feeling. Like the first time we came down, you could feel the gravity pulling us, and you're pushing. Right? Are you pushing snow, or you're smoothing it right now?
Just with my tiller on the way down, and I use my
55 to the shop, Brand.
I use my blade just to try taking off a little bit of high spots on the way down, but I really
We're
try
gonna pull
not.
ribbon 720 and roll 730. That works for you.
I really try not taking too much snow push downhill.
Yeah. No wonder why there's seatbelts in here. I'm wearing it.
Usually the first thing people ask me when I tell them that I run a groomer, and they usually ask me, am I cold?
Oh, I mean, like, are you cold in regards to the temperature
Yes.
outside? But you have some heater in there.
Absolutely.
And you're wearing layers, like ski clothing, right? To keep you warm anyways.
Yeah, usually when people ask me if I got cold, I said only when I turn the heat off.
Yeah. See, I'm all like dressed as I'm gonna go skiing.
Yep.
Without 2 layers, but it's comfortable in here.
Yeah,
Besides,
I don't even have the heat turned on.
I don't even like heat. Like I don't even turn it on at home. I just like to wear layers. It's just like heat. It just suffocates you. It's not natural. Oh, the other groomer.
Yep.
So 2, is it 3 that's working?
There's 4 of us
working
over
on the
here.
north. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
And that's usually from about 5:30 until about 9:30.
Wow. Because I noticed in the south they kick us off early, so they do quick grooming on that side.
Yep. Yeah, they close it down.
Probably for an hour or so.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too long.
No, because I know one day we were at the orchard and it closed and we had to walk or take the shuttle back. So it was very quick. I think it's just a quick grooming.
Yes.
But I guess because this is closed north, so you work harder here, right?
That's right. Once we get over here, we don't have to worry about people still skiing and getting over quick enough to be able to have it open back up again.
Well, thank you for the tour and the
Well,
information, and you helped me cross off another bucket list
You're welcome.
item, which
Hopefully
I never thought I would have.
Hopefully I answered any questions.
Yeah, well, thank you
that
for
had.
everything, and if I'm around, I'll wave at you. Okay, thank you. Have a good night. Bye.